This is the Barbados Today evening news for Tuesday, May 22nd. Thank you for joining us. I am Marie-Claire Williams. Our top story this evening, political scientist and regional pollster Peter Wickham is predicting a more than 5% swing away from the incumbent Democratic Labour Party in Thursday's general election. Wickham told Barbados Today the swing needed for the opposition Barbados Labour Party to win the government is less than 2%. His predictions come 2 days before Barbadians go to the polls to elect a new government.
The historic reality is that we have small swing elections and big swing elections. 2013 was clearly a small swing election. This one is likely to be a big swing election, largely because the two follow in sequence. So even if I were to set aside any poll data and say, let's look at it purely in terms of history, we're looking at a swing in excess of 5%, bearing in mind that the swing needed to change the government is less than 2%. So even if the swing now were at 5%, we're still looking at a change of government, and that's the reason why I'm inclined to think a change of government is imminent at this stage.
Wickham is also insisting that there must be an inquiry into the functioning of the Electoral and Boundaries Commission after Thursday's vote. This is in light of various problems surrounding the electoral list and the fact that the final one was not published even up to this morning.
It's a reflection of a general problem with governance, and the EBC is governed by the Office of the Prime Minister, and the EBC is clearly not itself ready. After having waited 5 years and 3 months for an election, it's still not ready. And I think that it is unfortunate that questions like this are asking no. So we don't have a final list. Up to this morning, no one at the EBC was answering the telephone. We were unable to get them to give us accurate numbers in relation to registration at the level of polling divisions. I think this situation with the persons, the Commonwealth nationals, is scandalous. And they can't tell us even today whether Commonwealth nationals who did not come forward would be registered. And I think that is all a reflection of the general chaos at the level of government now.
What do you think is needed now for the EBC?
No, there has to be an inquiry after this election into the functioning. I don't know that it needs to be restructured necessarily, but I believe the heads will roll after this election because they've made too many fundamental errors, and in my opinion, you have put the good reputation of Barbados where electoral management is concerned. Question marks are now hanging in ways that they have not been hanging before.
The Barbados Workers' Union says it is looking forward to working with whichever party forms the next government. General Secretary Tony Moore was speaking to reporters last weekend at the annual trade expo BMEX.
What the Barbados Workers' Union is interested in is not in some of the personality issues that this campaign has been throwing out. Our people are interested in a more sustainable future. Our members are definitely interested in an economy. So when we hear suggestions from political leaders that foreign reserves and the economic position is not important, that is concerning to us because it tells us where the focus is for these people, and it tends to be a little concerning. But I think that we have to be looking very seriously at putting Barbados back on a platform of sustainability.
Moore added that following Thursday's poll, the new government will now have to get to work with the social partners to develop a sustainable plan for the country.
We keep hearing constant references to a sustainable recovery plan that the unions have been a part of, and I have mentioned on a previous occasion, and I think now is a good time to say that is not a plan. It is a framework that has involved no major commitments to anything. A plan now has to be developed. So I don't think that any party should think at this stage that they have an advantage, because as it stands, a Democratic Labour Party or a Solutions Barbados or a UPP or a Barbados Labour Party, whoever is the government from Friday, now has to sit with the partners and work out a plan. There is no plan.
Barbados Labour Party candidate for Christchurch East, Wilfred Abrahams, has told supporters that if the party wins Thursday's general election, they will get relief. but he warned that the first few years will be tough. Abrams gave the reality check during a mass meeting at Silver Sands last night.
I believe we're hurting, but I believe that hurt will start to stop on Thursday. It is not going to be easy. Barbados, don't be fooled. It is not going to be easy. The next couple years are going to be rough. But we plan to work with you. We want you to work with us. Because we are not a dictatorship. We are not a regime. We are a government of the people.
Barbadian superstar Rihanna has thrown her support behind BLP leader Mia Mottley 2 days ahead of the election. Her endorsement came on Instagram after Mottley staged a takeover of the Bajan Tube page earlier today. Rihanna's friend Leandra Goodridge reposted the video of Mottley and tagged the singer, saying, "Watching my next Prime Minister all day on Bajan Tube." Rihanna then replied, "She deserves it." Mottley responded to the post saying, "I just want to thank Riri for giving up all the love and support and blessings and send back all the love and support and blessings. You know the whole of Barbados is so proud of you."
There's regional and international news after this short break.
The election clock is ticking as the battle for Bay Street begins. Barbados is ready to vote, and there is only one team you can trust to bring you balanced, comprehensive, unrivaled coverage. Barbados Today, Capital Media HD 99.3 and 6 Gear Studios have teamed up to make sense of it all. Follow the stories, the political rallies, all the happenings on the trail, exclusive interviews, the people say, expert analysis on every media platform. Barbados Votes 2018. We have the campaign covered.
Thank you for staying with us. We're back with news from the region. Trinidadian attorney Israel Khan is dismissing as political gimmickry Prime Minister Stuart's plans to withdraw from the Caribbean Court of Justice as the country's final appellate body if the DLP wins the next election. Stuart made the statement at a political meeting on the weekend, citing disrespect towards Barbados by the CCJ. But Khan told CNC3 television in Port of Spain that Stuart's assessment is not accurate.
I think Barbados is just peeved. The present government is just peeved that the Caribbean Court of Justice give a few decisions against that particular government, and I think it's just a statement on our political platform. It will be almost impossible for Barbados to turn back now. They will have to have the necessary majority in Parliament to do such a thing. And I think, and the judges of the Privy Council really, they are suggesting that we go away. They are suggesting that we handle our own affairs. It's only people who suffer with an inferiority complex. Lawyers and judges and the people who suffer with an inferiority complex want to go with hat in hand back to our enslavers and colonial masters and ask them to interpret our laws. It's an inferiority complex.
Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro today ordered the expulsion of 2 top U.S. diplomats from Caracas in retaliation for a new round of sanctions over Venezuela's widely condemned election. Maduro accused them of a conspiracy, but the State Department denied the accusations. The United States, the European Union, and most major Latin American nations say Sunday's vote did not meet democratic standards. Maduro was easily re-elected, but critics say the vote was riddled with irregularities, from the barring of 2 popular opposition rivals to the offering of a government prize to voters. And on the international scene, U.S. President Donald Trump says there is a substantial chance that his planned summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un will not take place on June 12. The development comes amid concerns that Kim is reluctant to give up his nuclear weapons. Trump raised doubts about the Singapore summit in talks with South Korean President Moon Jae-in. He came to Washington to urge Trump not to let a rare opportunity with the North slip away.
You know, there's a chance that it'll work out. There's a chance, it's a very substantial chance that it won't work out. I don't want to waste a lot of time, and I'm sure he doesn't want to waste a lot of time. So there's a very substantial chance that it won't work out, and that's okay. That doesn't mean it won't work out over a period of time, but it may not work out for June 12th. But there's a good chance that we'll have the meeting. There are certain conditions that we want, and I think we'll get those conditions. And if we don't have the meeting. And frankly, it has a chance to be a great, great meeting for North Korea and a great meeting for the world. North Korea has a chance to be a great country. And it can't be a great country under the circumstances that they're living right now.
And that's news this evening. Remember, you can get more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also sign up to BT's WhatsApp news alerts, and you can subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals and on Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also find us on Mix 96.9 FM. I am Marie Claire Williams. Good evening.